So I don't know. I'll take your feedback on that. Um, I just think that if we offer a full scholarship, it ought to include the meal too.
You have to then have donations to cover that,
Yeah.
because giving out a conference scholarship doesn't cost you anything. Giving out meals does.
Gotcha,
So somebody's going to have to cover that.
gotcha.
BT, what you got? BT, go ahead.
BT is paused right now. I'm not sure. There he is.
Turn your microphone on. There you go.
Sorry, operator error. I've been typing in in the side piece to try to ask a couple of questions. I was typing that I used to be very involved in the SEC for several years. So again, I feel like I'm eavesdropping. I'm coming in late. I'm trying to figure everything out.
You don't have to
I have
apologize.
some funding that there was going to be a Lost Boys camp, and we're switching it. So I have a little bit of money that, trying to figure out if this is something I'm aligned with, but I can bring a couple of my folks. I can invite people. I'm trying to figure out, again, I'm just new about hearing about this. So I forgot whoever read my stuff before. I appreciate it. So I was just trying to jump in by typing so that we don't have the background noise. So I can try to, figure that stuff out, but I'm just trying to catch up. But I've, been involved. I'm one of the people that started the Robert E's. And of course, doing that, you will
Okay,
definitely attract a group of people.
I was
I
about to
have
say,
connections at the feminine, I can figure out how to help you all, but I'm just trying to catch up.
BT, why don't you make a point? Let me give you my cell number.
Okay.
You can make a point if we can find a way to get together either via the phone or we can set 15 feet apart and drink beer and work through this. Because I would be really open to hearing how you did things, and um, and I appreciate what the conversations are. For those of you who need it, my cell number is 678-488-9976.
Okay, great.
BT,
I have it. I have it. I do think it would be important and probably respectful to see if we can gather those people who have been involved in the various conferences, like Blake. I heard you mention Blake, and my mind is Melissa. My mind is going blank. Some of the SEC folks that's been doing this forever, even if we just politely reached out to them, just, I think it's a great, respectful way. Tracy McDaniels, that whole crew that was involved on some level for many years.
yeah,
Absolutely.
I was going to suggest, if you want, we do need somebody to head up the Robert Eads project. So you would be perfect if
Oh
you
my
would.
God. I was just typing that we're getting slammed with, I'm just trying to I'm listening in now and I'm trying to figure out my capacity. We're being slammed with the Coronavirus Act, everything that's going on. I'm part of the group that's trying to figure out the prisons, and we're just getting slammed with folks that are getting laid off, and you know,
Listen,
and
anything.
I'm actually worried that I appreciate going to plan forward, because I actually think people are going to be really ready to do something. Get out, we're going to be, but I'm concerned that, the United States is literally just now catching up. I know people in other countries, and it's super serious. And
Yeah,
I agree with Pastor Paul. A lot of the folks that come to this, are in that 50 and over group. But, you know, young people are actually 40% of the folks that's catching this stuff as well. So,
Well, I think BT, you make a really good point, and I think we just gotta, at this point, at least for the next couple of months, I think that Tony's right, that we just kind of make our plans, uh, from a faith, I'm going to say this as a pastor, from a faith standpoint, we're going to do this. And when we get to May, if they tell us we can't, we can't. I mean, because it's like I put our church on suspended. I mean, we got to do something now, kind of like we're doing today, for services. And I told the congregation, Easter sunrise, I want to be back in the park. I want to be there Easter sunrise morning. I may not be able to do that, but I'm sure that's the way I'm looking at it. And I think we got to do our plans this way too.
okay. All right. I'll continue to listen in and type on the side. I appreciate it.
Anything else on scholarships?
Yeah, I just met last night a transgender woman of color locally here. She's a candidate for a scholarship. If we can get something like that put in place, she has no support. She has no one nearby that can help her out. And I think it's a great way to maybe use her situation to help template our scholarships or see what we can do to help her out too.
Okay. Does she, Sarissa, does she have access to email?
No, she doesn't. She has a phone, but she has no email, or she has no Facebook.
Okay, so she's not able to text.
She lives about 3 blocks from me, so I can go visit her, but that's about the only way I can get a hold of her right now.
Okay, well, once we're done with the meeting later this week, let's talk.
Perfect, thank you.
All right. Whoop. Receptions. 3 receptions that I still see, unless somebody wants to put something else in there.
Don't we have somebody in charge of this?
What's her name, Steffi? Michelle Cooper.
Oh, Michelle Cooper is going to do that? Okay.
Well,
Yeah, she's great.
She would do it when she gets up here, but
Right. She will not be able to do organizing or anything like
Right.
that.
So that's kind of a problem.
Well,
sent
it's
invite to this-
never really been, because all you have to do is tell her what room it's going to be in and when it's going to be, and then she takes it from there.
Sounds good to me.
Of course, now in order for us to do that, we have to have the suite, which is $200. Well, it's actually $300, but she gave me $100 off, so it's $200.
It's always more money, and then there'll be the money with her going out to buy the food. You know, that's going to be done.
Yeah.
I mean, money has to be raised.
Yep. Social media, get the word out, people. Just like BT's never heard of this thing until today or till recently. You got to put the word out. Please, when you see something posted on Facebook, like it and share it with all your friends, even if you don't like it.
And SCTC has told me, you know, no problem. Anything we want to put on that page, which has about 3,500 members, we're welcome to do it. So, you know, you can get that to me. I have access to putting it up. I can put it up directly. I don't have to go through anyone.
Yeah, Sarissa, if you get that press release, you need to send it to her so she can post that on that site.
Yes, please do that.
Yeah, no problem.
Tony, I don't know if you're aware of this, but Thea, when we were starting Thea up, one of the things that we did as a board, we went out to some local I don't have local conferences now, but we went out in public and had tables and represented to young people and such, and got our name out there that way. It worked really well. But maybe we should look for opportunities like that too.
And that's a beautiful idea if Corona wasn't around.
I was gonna say,
I agree, but then there might be other opportunities other than conferences that we can get
Right.
involved in and get our name out there and represent physically instead of just by email or notification.
yeah, I
Well,
wanted,
and I'll be honest with y'all, I'm kind of waiting a little bit uh, for this to gel a little more, uh, so it feels a little more comfortable. Because I've got an entire network of pastors, of which probably 3/4 of them to 85% of them have transgender folk that are part of their congregations, and that this would be an incredible learning opportunity, not only for the pastor who's trying to pastor to them, but to offer information to them about this conference. Um, I haven't sent anything out yet because we're just not there yet. Probably come May, then I'll utilize that list. But I think all of us, to Tony's point, we all have contacts within the community that we could utilize. And I think we just kind of share that when we put that together.
yeah, I was planning to go to the Rush Center and put out some pamphlets, but I was gonna do that today before the meeting, but that's
Right.
that didn't happen. That's kind of why I was trying to kind of pushing to have the meeting, even though everybody was canceling everything. I don't know if y'all got the sense that I was still wanting to do this because I was wanting to go by there and drop off some stuff. So,
Tony,
oh well, we'll have to wait.
if you can get those to me, I will drive them down there and drop them off myself if you want to get them there. I'm close enough. I can drive there within an hour.
Well, I have to print them out, but yeah, I just got my printer working like Wednesday.
Well, hell, I'm 10 minutes from their office, so you can mail them.
I think like everybody else, they're working from home, so maybe send it email to Jeff.
Yeah, that's probably not a bad idea. And
I know
don't-
they're having a virtual meeting. I think it's kind of closed and they're going to open it wider, I believe on Wednesday, and I can get it. I was invited, but I'm not going to attend, but I can get it to somebody that's going to attend. Jeff is putting together a initial small group of, I guess, trans activists to figure out this corona thing, what they're doing. They're sending out surveys, and then they're going to open it up wider. So I can, if you guys get it to me, I can get it to one of the people that's attending, so that we can use it to mention it.
BT, don't you aren't you connected with the I can't think of that guy's name with Fulton County for the HIV stuff, because that group has a huge transgender population that they work with, and I cannot remember the lady's name.
Are you
Because
talking about Grady IDP?
maybe, probably.
Okay,
Um,
I know some folks there as well. Again,
yeah,
with everything shutting down, and particularly those with HIV, they're really susceptible. You have to be careful. So
right.
we're probably just going to have to do everything virtual and electronic. Right now, I put in the piece, I put my email. So if someone can get stuff to me, I can do my best to get it to all the folks that I know.
That'll work. And I guess I'm just saying to everybody on the group at this point, whoever
Yeah,
you have in your network,
yeah.
you know, send them an announcement of Tony did a good job of putting that original just the announcement about it and how to get to the place on Facebook. I'm sitting here and I just realized I can access